Okie doke. So we're jumping into this guy. I'm going to refer to the teams as Team Trap and Team Knight, because those are the shortest names on both teams. That's how I'm going to do it. Even though Trap is trying out, so it's not really his team, that's what we're doing. Let us. Hey, I can't go over that. Alright. So, in terms of SR, Team Knight has a higher average SR. They have some high plat. They have like 3 high plat players, but they also have 2 masters players. And then 1 diamond, I believe, if I saw correctly. And then the other team is just diamond and plat. So, but it really depends on cohesion here. If blue team, if Team Trap can work together, that make a big deal. But and like that will always beat raw skill if a team is working together more. So we'll see. Looks like Team Trap on defense is going first for the Rein Zarya, the normal thing on this map. They're going for a soldier and a junk. The junk's really good on this map as well. On attack, we seem to have a similar comp. They're going for the Lucio so they can speed boost past the choke, and they also have a hog, so they're going triple tank instead so they can hook past, which is a good strategy on this map. Oop, we got trapped right off the bat, which gives Fizzy Elf already 40% charge, which is awesome. Rein pushes back the choke. Team isn't really there. They're going through hotel. That's where they opt to go in through. They don't really rotate. There we go. Got the rotation happening. Pushing through. They need to be able to support. That charge is going to be a big... Yeah, that's going to go down. You can't charge in. Just unbind it. Fizzy saves it because he gets his ult so quickly. Because of the triple tank comp. That's going to give the ults quickly. I talked about this last time about how heavy tank comps will feed ults really fast. So you have to be aware of that. Usually it's a steamroll tactic. If it doesn't work the first time, you might want to switch off of it. Junk right here is really going to take advantage of that. Gives them time for Rein to come back. Rein needs to be careful not to charge in like that. He needs to just hold the choke. If he's... Yep. Fizzy's doing a great job. They're rotating through choke and they speed boost through, so Trap's caught unprepared. Ellie has been killed right away, and Fizzy uses his ult again, see if he can save it. He seems to be a little lost. He gets Lucio, but by that point the rest of the team is down. He goes down himself. I don't think they're going to be able to save this. They blow Coalescence. That is a waste. You're going to lose that point. You might just want to back out at that point. Rein now has ult. He's going to be looking for it. Trap decides to charge in, so they're going to contest this. That's a big charge, but Shatter, but there's no one really to follow up on that. High Noon goes off. Don't think they needed that. Seems like a waste. They use Visor, but it's after the point's already lost, and they get to, and then they go down. Again, you want to be able to use these ults to the best advantage. Blue team wasted Coalescence and Visor there, which is not good. Rein's coming up on Shatter. Let's see. We can watch that. See if he can get a good Shatter off. They're trying to push forward. Their Blue's holding the normal choke point, and he's clearly being very aggressive to see if he can push past to get his ult. They got the barrier down. Here comes the Shatter. Yep. That's gonna be a team wipe, or at least a win. Yeah. Got the McCree, but at that point, there's not much you can do. You got to be aware that the Shatter is coming at that point. You have to keep better track of the ults. I mean, clearly the Rein was playing very aggressive. It's pretty obvious. You can't let your shield go down ever. You have to be fully on top of keeping it active. All right. Junk's holding the high ground here. Rein's holding up. No one's with him. He might get taken out fairly quickly. Yep. Looks like the hook comes through. He gets the bubble. Solo grabs. The counter grab. Meh? I would say you should never counter grab. Counter grabs aren't great. They pull the Zen out and the Transcendence ends before he gets pinned, so he gets pinned and dies, which is going to leave to the Rein being overextended, McCree ulting to zone out. They have the Bastion, which is allows them to hold this corner. That's a good pick, but just a second. I will. Okay. Sorry. Okay. They push through. They hammer down. They get 2. Bastion ults trying to get some value out of that, but they got the shield up and they're not going to be able to do much. They get the hook in on that. They get the kill on Hog, but I think that's going to be a good trade. The Rein pushes forward, kills the other Rein. Both the healers are there. Zen goes down. This is going to be rough. On point, they have the Zarya. The Zarya goes down, however, because it's by himself. They need to learn to back up, give up space, and push in together. You want to stay and hold as much as possible, but when things like this happen, you're not going to be able to push in at all, and they're just going to take it just like that. Blue team had a tough time saving ults and pushing in together. And also predicting that one shatter, it's going to happen, but you want to be a little more careful. Try to keep track of the ults. That's all I'll say. Let's go back to main. Sorry about those Discord notifications. I should have turned that off beforehand. But I'm sure y'all don't mind a whole lot. Okay, on defense, they are opting for the anti-dive classic Orisa Hog. They go for the junk as well, which is a great with the anti-dive. McCree would finish this out. There it is. They're going for the classic anti-dive. However, they have no burst support ults. They have the Coalescence, which is a something, but it's not huge. But they do have 2 main healers. So in midst of fights, they're going to have a healing advantage, which is good. But the no support ults is gonna cost them when big ults come in, like the Zarya ult that is so commonly seen on King's Row. Fizzy's looking for the Widow pick. Sometimes we'll see Fizzy, who's Jeff, pop off, but we don't really know. Sometimes he'll do really bad. Nope, he's switching to Hanzo. Hanzo's better on King's Row. I've heard Jeff talk before about how he's better at Hanzo on King's Row and just really bad on everyone else. So let's see if he can follow through on that. Of course, this comes with the Dragon Zarya ult, which is huge. That's going to be their win condition mostly, is saving up those 2 and using them together. Because especially without an ult to counter like Red Team Knight doesn't have, they gotta just charge their ults as fast as possible. They're trying to rotate around. They're around statue now, but they're still pushing head on. Trap pushes too far, gets slept and antied, but Fizzy Elf does pop off with that and get 2 kills right off the bat on the Ana and the McCree. This is pushing the other team back into the corner, but the crowd control pushes them back. They have to back up. Orisa doesn't have the shield, but still is kind of forward, which is going to be unfortunate. Now it's just the Hog and the 2 Junk and Moira on point. Hog goes down, and this is going to be cleaned up fairly quickly. Jeff does a good job, Fizzy does, with cleaning up and, well, really just getting picks. He does a good job cleaning up, but the big picks are the first part. With anti-dive comp, you have to see that the Hanzo's coming, and they're staggering even more. You have to see that the Hanzo is coming and stay behind the shield even more. Those scatter arrows are going to deal a heck ton of damage, so Orisa needs to let the team know, hey, my shield's about to go down, and you can hide in corner. And just got to keep constant damage with McCree on him and Junkrat spamming wherever if he's holding high ground. Hanzo's trying to push forward with these 2. He has Dragon Strike. Let's see if he can get one in on that. He gets the pick on Junkrat. They're staggering very hard right now, which is going to be unfortunate for them. I would expect a Dragon Strike to come through here. Yep. It gets damage in, but of course, yep. And it's a big shatter. So, yeah, they staggered as well. So both teams are struggling with staggering right now. At that point, you have to just back out. group up as a team, lose the distance, die on point to stall them as long as possible, and then just group up. High guard point is just better than trying to retreat and dying. So if you are even in question about whether you can escape or not, you might as well just die on point. Sarma's looking for the EMP here. That will be a big deal. They switch to that, but they get dived on in the back with the D.Va, and the D.Va takes out their Zen. That's big. Hot Sauce has no Translocator down to teleport to, so they're down 3 with the Zarya down 2, and this push is going to be ended. Traps is staying pushed forward, which is good. He's dying on point, but the others back up. Probably should have just... He kept his shield up, which is meh. You should probably just swing your hammer at that point. Try to get ult charge out of it. No point in stalling. You want to group up with your team. Alright, let's see if they can get EMP off now. Hot Sauce is doing a good job of keeping the packs hacked to keep his team alive. The team needs to take advantage of that, especially... and they have the Zarya coming up. Their team needs to take advantage of that, especially their Rein. Here comes that. They get the Zen. That's important. You got to make sure you do that when the EMP comes off, stripping off all shields. However, Sombra doesn't have a teleport away. She needs to throw that down because, yeah, she throws it down late, and she's probably gonna get taken down. Her team comes in. That's good, but in the future, you should, if you have the translocator in the middle of the team off cooldown, just chuck it so you can escape. You want to be able to have that. Anna goes down. They're staggering at this point, which is all they really have to do. They have the experience tranquility, or they have the tranquility for Genji ult. Now, yep, translocates away. The bomb gets Zen, and then the Transcendence come in, which is going to allow the team to push them back. Trap is on low health, which will probably allow him to go down. He charges in. I would expect the team to collapse on that. Yep, he goes down. Hot Sauce gets slept, and I don't think this push is going to go anywhere. They did a good job of coming in with the bomb getting the Zen, taking out that extra damage, and the Transcendence stalling, allowing the team to group up together. That's what gave them that point. And now blue team is at less time than, and now Trap's team is at a lower time than Knight's team. All right, we have the EMP again. However, that's big. Hot Sauce farmed that fairly quickly, and he's looking for a good EMP. There's that. He needs to throw. He has his Translocator up, which is good, but he didn't use it in time. He got taken out. A lot of his damage went down at once, but Trap charges in. Trap has a tendency to charge, and it's really, really hurting them. They need to be more careful with that. He should practice shield hopping, which is putting your shield up, putting it down, and hopping with it to allow his team to push forward without him having to charge. They have the Zarya, but you should not have to rely on that. Fizzy's pushing forward with the junk. Looks like they switched off Pharah, which I believe Fizzy was on before, and Hot Sauce switched to Soldier, which I guess the EMP wasn't working for them. D.Va's looking up top for an ult, I believe. The red team is stacked on ults right now. That's crazy. Yep, just kind of chucks it down, doesn't even throw it. Throws their team into disarray. This is going to allow their monkey to take advantage of that. And Rao, yep, they blow a lot of ults, but this is definitely going to go in their favor because of the Discord zone and by the tank ults. The Winston pushing people around and the D.Va causing people to hide. The Genji just has free reign. I don't think they needed to use both of those, but it worked out well for them. And they still have 3 ults. They had that much of an ult stack that they still have a better ult advantage than the other team, and blue team not having used any ults and red team having used 3. D.Va likes holding the spot. This is a good spot to hold because when they push in, D.Va can drop down on their healers. As you can see, that's what's happening. They need to keep an eye out. This D.Va has been there every single round. The D.Va comes in looking for the Zen, but Zen gets healed up. However, Moira goes low. This is the junk tire. Let's see if that can do anything. It gets Zen. That's big. Ryan gets slept. Red team's going on the defensive dive here. You've probably noticed that by now, but it's working out well for them because blue team, I mean, it didn't work out well now, But that's because they made him able to get their backline. However, they have Transcendence. They're going to be able to push back into this. I think they're going to be able to take this back. Trap should go down here. And the rest of the team comes in. Yep, that ends that. Dive is working out well because they keep holding that window spot, and as the team pushes in, the static team, it allows the dive tanks to just drop down on the healers and have their movement abilities to be able to jump away, and that's big. D.Va goes up to her normal spot. Blue team has got to expect that that's where she is right now. We have the Grav. Sorry. We have the Grav now. Let's see if we can get anything out of that. Tig gets her shield up in time. And they get red team grabbed. Does Tiggy anti-grab? Or did they get reflected? Did they just get reflected? Man, if Tig got her ult reflected again, that would be rough. Yeah. Well, that's a good game. I think that the red team's ults really helped them out, led them to take off the backline, and even though the front line got picks, they couldn't do much without the help of their backline. Trap charged in. That lost him like 3 pushes. Trap charging in when he wasn't ready. Yeah, he has to be more careful about that. It's a good game though.